All right, now let's talk about bets that I'm considering early on for NFL Week 2. Few teaser opportunities that stand out, but I'm narrowing down my options to these two spots. First and foremost, looking at the Bills, teasing them down from 8.5, moving through the key numbers of 7 and 3, getting them down to 2 in the hook against the Raiders. Hey, prop to Jimmy G and the Raiders for getting a dub to kick their season off, and a huge disappointment out of Buffalo, not able to capitalize against Zach Wilson and the Jets. Bills incredibly frustrating. Sure, we can all agree on that. But they're going to bounce back. The defense is still strong. Josh Allen hopefully limits those mistakes, and this Bills team has all the advantages over the Raiders. Give yourself a little bit of cushion, get them under the key number 3. Buffalo can win by at least a field goal. Who's their dancing partner? Who are they going to get paired with in my teaser? How about the Cowboys? The best defense post week 1 just obliterated the G-Men. Are we expecting that to occur against the Jets? Well, maybe now with Zach Wilson under helm, but realistically, it's still going to be a tough day for the Jets, but they should be able to produce more than Daniel Jones and the Giants. But what can the Cowboys' offense do against a great defense in the New York Jets? I think enough to cover 2.5, because now with Rodgers out, the spread is 8.5 in favor of Dallas. Tease them down 6 points to minus 2.5. Now you only need Dak Prescott and company to win by 3 against the injury-riddled Jets, which they should be more than capable of doing over at Jerry World. So that's why I think this sets up for a prime teaser opportunity. Cowboys down to 2.5. Bills also down to 2.5 for a standard 6-point teaser. And then another bet that I have my sights set on. How about the Colts now minus 120 moneyline favorites against the Texans? I believe Houston actually opened up as about a 2.5-point favorite. I was a little appalled by that, but me being an idiot was either distracted or just wanted to wait to see where the market moved and didn't take any action. And well, now it's flipped to the Colts being the favorite. So the market seems to agree with my thoughts on what we witnessed post week 1, and that is, most importantly, Richardson is kind of electric, right? And a lot of people assume that would be the case. But it was awesome to see what he was capable of doing with his feet, which was going to be a big proponent in his offense, in the Colts offense. Now, his throwing wasn't too brutal, but certainly needs some improvements. But the main thing is they should be able to capitalize against a completely rebuilding Houston Texans team where you really saw the true version of what they are going to be in the second half against the Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens were a little bit rusty to kick things off, got to the locker room, they figured it out, and then they dominated the rest of the way. I'm not saying the Colts are going to do that, but that's the team the Colts are going to be facing, and that's a team that the Colts can take advantage of. Now, we kind of attribute the Colts to being in a rebuilding phase, and to a certain degree they are, but they still have a lot of strong pieces from the years past. They've just had this huge void they've needed to be filled in the most important position, quarterback. Anthony Richardson is there now. I'm not saying this dude is an elite quarterback or anything like that, but he's better than Stroud can be in each respective offense, has better surrounding cast members, and just is able to move the ball more fluidly right now. I've got no issues with what Stroud and the Texans did in game 1 or what they may do going further. It's just where are they right now and who do you trust more? And for me, it's his Colts team. They seem primed for this opportunity, and this is a game they got to have if they actually want to compete. The Texans ain't competing for nothing, folks. So keep an eye on that Colts market and look to back Indianapolis in week 2. All right, and then finally, let's look at a win total. If you are familiar with the futures bets I made, we had one that featured the Atlanta Falcons under 8.5 wins at the price of plus 110. Well, good win by the Falcons, but it shouldn't have moved the win total, yet it did. This is a game that I did mark as more of a win for the Falcons, right? They were over 3-point favorites against the Panthers, who are a rebuilding team with a brand new quarterback and a poor offensive line. Yes, the Falcons got the job done. They also didn't even get Drake London and Kyle Pitts involved. One-dimensional offense, still a poor defense that looked okay because you're going up against a poor offense in the Panthers, but like my concerns were with the Falcons, they don't trust Desmond Ridder. He hasn't done anything to prove to us he is a worthy quarterback. So them beating the Panthers here, so be it. Factor that in. Yet the books adjusted this now from 8.5 to 9.5, and the under is minus 122 at FanDuel. Now, I'm still going to wait. I did say if the Falcons, because there is a path for them to start 2-0, if they did do that, I would gladly jump back in at an adjusted win total that's even at a higher number and come back in on the under. And if you hadn't done it already, folks, 9.5 under -122, it shouldn't have moved the odds. Maybe gone up to 9, but realistically, it should have been 8.5 still, except the juice more so on the over. But it moved a whole win. So the fact that they're giving you that much in a game where they were expected to win based on the spread, they were the favorite, that seems a bit aggressive and a little bit exaggerated. So, yeah, if you didn't get involved on the Falcons, you're not quite sure if they're going to beat the Packers, jumping on the under now. But I do think there's a good chance they could overcome Jordan Love and company. So I will hold out just for now because if they win, who knows? This number could get up to 10. The 9.5 could have some plus money to the under. Like I said, I will gladly get back in on fading the Falcons this year.